Cool, cool.
Lorelei, leave my hand warmer alone. Arr! Don't want you chewing that thing. So stop. A little pest. Get a little pest. Cut it out.
And we're live.
There we are.
Mm. Oh,
Perfect.
Voice for Animals is already here. Hello and welcome.
Hello. Hey, you. Stop going into my pocket, or I'm going to put you here. Get off my lap for a minute. Get off my lap, because you're trying to eat my hand warmer, and that's not a good thing. No, it's not. Hi, and welcome to Cockatoo, Cockatoos with Attitude, presented by the Chloe Sanctuary for Parrots and Cockatoos, stuck in limbo land. Here we are in limbo land. Lorelei, can you do the limbo? Oh,
She says no, but I can chew your clothes.
You can come back over here, but quit going in my pocket. You got to stop that.
And Eliza is here. Say hello, Eliza. And Michelle's here as well. Hello, Michelle.
Eliza Doolittle, maybe, from the movie.
Oh, look at little Lorelei. She's so cute. Even though she's a little monster.
She's a little moth. She's a moth. Aren't you? That beak ever stop moving? Does it ever stop moving? Does it? Oh, such a cute girl. Yeah, aren't you? Yeah, aren't you? Oh, Sugar. Hey, Sugar Bird. Yeah, I'm talking to you. What are you doing over there? Sugar Bird? Sugar Bird.
And Falcon Sue's here. So Falcon Sue says hello from soggy Northern California. Hello to you.
Hello from soggy Southern California.
And soggy England as well.
I see a Shuggy moving.
Oh, is she coming over? She's decided not to sulk anymore. Wants to get beat pets instead.
Come on over. Well, come on. Is that what you want? Is that what you...
Sugar.
You're such a good girl, Shug. It's a good Sugar Bird. Lorelei, stay out of the pocket.
Oh, look at that Shuggy bird.
Oh, such a precious girl.
Oh, Shuggy. Oh, Shuggy will be delighted in the new home.
Yeah, the realtor was really getting me primed up today, talking about the way it's set up and saying where I could put the birds. And she was quoting the other lady who went out there, who's the other rescuer, who said, "Oh, this will be perfect, you know. And, oh, the kitchen's big enough so that you can cook for them." And you know, getting me all fired up. I said, "You know, if you do all this and the loan doesn't go through, I'm going to be really depressed." She goes, "Well, don't think about that."
Yeah, that would just be so soul destroying. It's got to come through. It's got to.
So Eliza says in chat that the birds are also quiet. Too quiet, maybe.
Give me a second. My hand's getting frozen. I got to warm it up a little bit. Just give me a sec, okay?
Oh, someone started to whine. I mean, of course, the sugar.
Lorelei, that now do not go in my pocket. Wait a minute. Where's it? Okay. No. You know, you are such a pest. Yeah, a cute pest, but a pest. Stay out of my pocket, please. I hear you, sweetie. I'm sorry. When my fingertips start turning white, I have to put my hand in on the hand warmer.
Such a cute, shaggy bird.
Isn't she just so special? That sounded like a crow.
It did. Probably the crows are upset because Babaloo isn't out.
Could be.
Mm.
If Sugar doesn't let me warm my hand up properly, it'd be like the person who goes into oh, never mind. My brain died. Not unusual. It's been happening a lot since I've had to sign papers.
Oh, Lisa's here. Hello, Lisa.
Oh, I've got it now. If she doesn't let me warm my hand, it's going to be like somebody who goes into the fast food store and that's got leprosy and they hand over the money for the transaction and there's something else with the transaction and the checker looks down and goes, "What's this?" Oh, that's okay. Keep the tip.
Oh dear, that's a bit gory.
Yeah, yes, I know. That's very droll.
Well, Eliza says, don't you have any gloves? But I think the problem is that Don's hands don't create heat to keep that the gloves can keep inside.
Now, I need the electric gloves, and I had some of those. They wouldn't work for what I'm doing right now, but I had some of them. Unfortunately, it's like a lot of the stuff when I had to move quickly, it just ended up being.
Shaggy.
Are you whining? Why are you whining?
That's the shag.
Does she now whine even when you are petting her?
Yeah, because she knows I'm going to keep taking my hand away. So she figures if she just continually whines, I won't stop. But it's not. She's getting the signals like that one behaviorist who taught the chickens to press the lever to get food, but it wasn't actually connected to. It was just connected to a random timer. So there were chickens that would start going in circles and all these different behaviors because they thought it would bring them the food.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly why she's doing it. She thinks that if she continues to do that, then the hand is going to come back, and the hand only comes back. Fingers are warm. Her hand's frozen in position at this point. But hold on, Sugar. I'm going to come back and pet you. Lorelei, get out of the pocket. You are a good girl. You just have to stay out of there. That's a lithium-ion battery. I wish you understood English. It's not safe for you to go in there. Because I don't know what these other two birds are doing down there, but right, Cause?
Is Cos being a good girl today? She's not being Killer Cosmo.
She's been terribly good the last week or so.
No. What a good girl, Cosy. Oh, we like it when you're a good girl.
Tell you. Okay, I got to change hands now. Hold on, Sugar. If I don't warm this other hand up. Ah.
Look at her feathers sticking up like that.
Give me a moment, Sugar, because this hand is really frozen.
That's just hilarious.
My hands are good if you want to frighten people. You sneak up behind them and put your hand on their neck, that kind of thing. But I know, but I've got to warm them up. The thumb right now feels like it's about ready to fall off. There's no circulation in my right hand. Well, there isn't. I can't do anything. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, girl. I am. Let me warm up my hand. I know.
Oh, it's heartbreaking, that sound.
Yeah,
So
it
miserable.
is.
Such a miserable girl.
That poor bird, she's being neglected.
I don't want to neglect the little girl. I don't. I don't. Yeah, so now we're just looking at they have to do the final home inspection. The loan has to get approved. They have to go through the song and dance there. If all that happens, as my father used to say, see, if a bullfrog had wings, he wouldn't bump his rear. I calmed that down a bit. That's not quite the way he said it, but
Well, we're all hoping for it to come through, but we're not gonna count our eggs until they've hatched.
yes, you can't account for your infant poultry before the osmotic process of incubation has been completed.
Exactly.
Another one of my father's phrases. He had a bunch, that's for sure. I have to warm my hand again. Sorry. When it gets to where I can't bend it, I have to warm it. What's everybody else doing? Well, I'm getting the. It looks like she's unhappy with me, is what the look is, but it's not. She's just half asleep. And Romeo's up there. And Mander's right there. I can't hold my hand like that much longer. My wrist will be permanently twisted. Oh, she's preening now, so she's okay. Good. Warm my other hand. Lorelei, what are you doing?
So Voice for Animals asked in the chat if you keep a radiator or any other heater in the aviary. I think it's near, so therefore you might explain that you suffer from, what's the name, Raynaud's disease. And it's warm enough for the birds.
It's warm. It is warm enough for the birds. It's just that my body, I have Raynaud's disease, and what that means, I was born with the inability to keep my hands warm. So the capillaries in my hands will stop supplying blood to my hand if they get below, actually anything below 20 degrees centigrade, around 68, 69 degrees Fahrenheit. And my hands will get terribly cold. So it's great on Halloween because you can scare people with your hands, but other than that, it doesn't serve much of a purpose. Oh, there we go. You're going to cry again?
Sugar says she's serious about it.
All right. All right. My hand's warm enough now for a little while.
And the other problem is that Don isn't allowed by the birds to wear like a hoodie or something like that. So of course he could get super packed in with a lot of clothes, but the birds are like, oh nope, we need to attack you if he wears unusual things.
Yeah, and it's primarily the hands that are the problem. If I warm up the rest of my body, it helps, but it's the hands. My feet can get pretty darn cold, and it doesn't seem to bother them, but the hands, the capillaries in the hands are the problem. So Lorelei, no, you're not going to chew that. Are you a little fixated? Are you just a little fixated on what's in my pocket? Is that what's all about?
Voice for Animals says, so sorry for you, Don.
Well, it's not pleasant, but it's not the worst thing in the world. As long as I have one of these little electric heaters, you know, it can get up to 140 degrees. Sometimes I put it on maximum temperature, and after I've held it for about 30 seconds, it's cold because all the heat went in my hand. It does make it tough. There's places I can't move to. I mean, I would love to live in the Pacific Northwest, but I can't. Well, let's put it this way. It wouldn't be pleasant because there's a lot of time I wouldn't be able to take birds out. Because if it's in even if it's what they consider brisk up there, 50 degrees Fahrenheit outside, my hands are not gonna handle that well. I could do it, but if I had to, I would. What's important is these guys, not my hands. But what are you doing? Stop that. Leave it alone. You cannot chew on that. And you just don't understand. You just don't. She loves this, by the way. She likes to have you to take her head and shake it. I don't know why. She always
Like
had.
that macaw that liked to be screamed at.
Yeah. She likes to have her head. I'm sure people would say, "Oh, you shouldn't do that." Well, she likes it, so I'm going to do it. Right, baby? Oh, she doesn't want it done now. She says, "I'm done with that now. I'm done with that now." Uh-oh. I did it too much. Now it's starting to vibrate.
Oh no. Not really.
I don't want mine. Oh my.
That's pretty weird. I was joking around with Amy, and I had sent her a pirate flag and a yo ho, a pirate's life for me. I don't know why I did it, just feeling weird. And then somebody in the chat their name is Jolly Rogers. Saw it pop up, and I went, "What?"
Yeah, what are the chances?
Yeah, I know. I haven't been feeling too good about that loan coming through. And then today I was putting the paper out for the birds, and I had a good friend who was Wiccan, and she was always good about predicting things in my life. And she's where we got the name Lorelei, and she spelled her name two different ways. One way for a certain circumstance, one way for another. But her name showed up in one of the papers I was putting into Cause's page today.
Oh.
And I looked at that and I went, well, you never know. Usually whenever I see that name pop up somewhere, which is pretty rare, it's not a common name, then usually something good happens. So.
Mm.
So Jocelyn is here. So welcome, Jocelyn.
Hello, Jocelyn. Oh, you're going to sneak my hand away, are you? Are you? I was petting Cause and she just grabbed my hand.
Mm.
That's not nice.
That's
Laura,
the shook.
stop with my clothing, you toad. Here's the other intelligent life around here, the crows.
They're very chatty today.
Yeah, I wonder if they are interested in the cockatoos and recognize they are intelligent birds. So maybe they want to engage. Have some discussions about how to open trash bins and annoy humans.
Yeah,
Or they're saying, gosh, you birds are so lame, all pink and white. You should be black like us goths.
Yeah. I haven't got a good answer from someone in Australia. They've been putting bricks on top of their trash cans, but the cockatoos will figure that out and just get together and push them off. So I have one friend who's Australian. I said, so what are you going to do? Try 2 bricks next? Or no answer.
Yeah, I think parrots and cats are great in gravity research. So just putting a brick on it is not the solution.
You have to have like fingerprint ID or face ID for your trash bins at this rate.
Mm.
Although I think Dundee City Council would do that if they could, because then they could they'd know exactly who to fine for putting the wrong stuff in the bins.
Mm.
Yeah, they threaten to do that here, but it's just a threat. They never look in your trash.
Oh, there goes the shug. Look at her.
She's so
Shuggy.
cute. Look at that girl.
Are you playing a little bit silly, Shug? Oh, who is sitting?
That's
front of the
Lucy. She's definitely just, you know, that's whistling up the wrong tree.
The loosey goosey.
Who was it? I don't remember who did this, but somebody said that looking for an individual real person, in other words, a single consciousness in the human mind, is like a dog barking up a tree that isn't there. I thought that was a cool way of putting it, because the latest research shows that we don't have a single integrated personality. Now, maybe Cause does. Do you, Cause?
Well, Eliza says that cockatoos are an unstoppable force of destruction wrapped in a snuggly exterior. I think that describes you well, Cos.
Do you agree with that, Cause? Laurel, I get a pocket. I don't want to have to say that 800 times today. I don't want to keep saying it. Get out of my pocket.
She probably thinks it's her name.
Yeah, she knows what I mean. She knows I don't want her to get away with anything, this little girl.
You mean like Cecil's second name is Let My Shoe Alone? Cecil, leave my shoe alone.
He didn't know what to do in the rain with no toys on the ground, because rain seeps into the ground here, gets half the aviary floor wet. So,
Oh yeah, Jocelyn was asking in chat about the weather, and then she mentioned that Victoria Cockatoo from April is fighting back her weight. So obviously she gained something back and is now up to 506 grams.
yeah, I heard that.
Well, it's still low, but it's in the right direction.
Yeah, it is.
As with umbrella cockatoos, we know they can be tiny. It always depends on how much weight the bird has had before it was sick.
Stop it. Get out of my pocket. Cut it out. There's a hand warmer in there. I don't want to beak on it, so stop.
I think Cossie is the smallest cockatoo at the Glory Sanctuary.
Yeah.
And she's a tiny little girl.
About 420. Well, she runs 424 grams, so that's her normal weight. So, of course, the breeder said that about Lorelei. She said, all of my birds are really low in weight. Now, Lorelei's, she's back up to her normal weight. She's 698 at her last weigh-in. So,
oh, that's good.
That's great, Lorelei. Good girl.
And all the breeders, all the birds that woman was producing down there, which is only from one pair, mating pair, were all sitting in the low 500s or high 400s. So, yeah, it's called not feeding your bird or caring for them properly.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like Lorelei's got her muscle
giving
back.
enough flight opportunities, because then they build their breast muscle.
Yeah, this one's she normally flies a lot. Today she's just going to sit on my lap, but she's not fond of the cold either, I don't think.
No.
What you doing, Lorelei?
I think they like at least the spring weather, and so when it's not too hot, but the sun shines and so far more.
Well, Eliza says that Snowbird is 1 pound of pure scream.
Snowbird.
Yeah, boys, I saw that too. There was a feather falling down.
I wonder where that came from.
Looked like a white feather.
They all look white. That's the thing. You can't tell.
Oh yeah, that's true.
but that one's got yellow on it. So it's, well, now you can't tell that either because no, you can't tell. You could probably with a black light, but you can't tell by looking at them. Human eyes once they fall.
Unless it's a crest feather, I guess.
Yes, the crest feather. That's obvious. Yeah, crest feathers are pretty dark pink, or they're white, or they're yellow and white with their
yellow.
yellow.
From the bubbly. Well, no bubbly outside yet. So.
Most behind me. I guess I'll just turn the camera around. I can't.
Oh, they're all hiding behind you. Oh, yeah, look at that. The Moluccan Mafia. It's Sugar. In the middle is Mandelbird, and outside is the Jessie Jasmine.
Laura, would you quit chewing it?
In the background over Salamander sits Mr. Romeo. Romeo, sweetie. So Eliza is asking, what do you do with shed feathers?
I used to save them up. I don't do that anymore. Not here. I'll probably start saving them again once we have a sanctuary again. I gave some to some Indians that make Indians. That's what they told me to call them. They don't want to be called Native Americans. I don't understand, but anyway, they make dream catchers. So I gave some of those to them, but I think one time, and then they never asked again because I don't have the multicolored feathers. We got pink, and the pink ones look white anyway, unless they're from the crest.
Oh, I would love to have a big feather from a sugar bird or from the mander. But I love to collect the feathers from my budgies. Especially, early favorite is the super yellow beard feathers they have with the black spot on it. They look super cute. I collect them.
Well, it's better than collecting skin, that's for sure.
The
feathers
I don't think that's really possible.
Well, when you run your vacuum, you do.
The scalp.
Well, you couldn't use it for an art project, though, or at least I hope not.
No. No, I used to collect them and then asked if anybody wanted them, but they didn't. So, except for that one group of Native Americans, and I'll say it that way. I like that better than Indian, since that's a misnomer anyway. But they're looking for something with more color, and
you could probably sell them once you get set up in your new place. You can sell feathers from the sanctuary and people will probably buy it.
As long as you use the disclaimer, because feathers can contain viruses, and viruses can live for,
Yeah, I suppose that's the only thing is, shipping it and importing it, and then if they have birds, you don't want them to catch anything and stuff. But
that's why I didn't get into the business of selling toys, making toys and selling them. Although I could make a toy for $13 that somebody else would sell for $30. That would be no problem. But
although, seeing as you're into jewelry making, what you could do is you could encase the feathers inside glass or something, because my husband has a necklace where it's cow hair inside a pendant. It's like kind of glass, but it's made of the hair from a Highland cow.
Wow.
Which sounds really random, but it's actually very pretty.
Yeah, there's some things you could make like that.
I think the coolest thing would be to sell art made by Romeo, because he's the artist of the vlog.
Yeah, sculptures.
Bob makes pretty good wood sculptures, but if you give him like a 10-inch wide piece of a 3/4-inch wood, he'll carve it up for you in all kinds of interesting shapes.
I see Babalu more in the demolition company business.
Oh, he tears up a lot of wood though, and he can carve it. He had one really. It was a cool piece of wood. I've got a picture of it somewhere. I'll find it. But that we lost that in the fire.
Oh, what a shame.
One disaster to another, losing everything. But I'm not a materialist, so it doesn't bother me as long as the birds are okay. But
yeah, I mean, you didn't lose your lives. That's the important thing.
Yep. Like
we have a question in chat. Are feathers of wild birds can be a health risk for pet parrots?
Say that again. Oh, a health risk. Yes. Yeah, you definitely don't want any feathers from wild birds, because the feather dust can carry disease. So yeah. Especially right now, it depends where you are, but I forget the name of it, but there's a bird related flu that's mostly being transmitted by waterfowl, but they found some ravens with it and crows too. Stop, Lorelei, get out of my pocket. No.
Oh, now we have a headless bird back there.
Yeah, they're all quiet right now. Of course, they won't be once the boys get out here, but.
Yeah, the boys. I think one boy fan like Lisa, who was waiting for the Cecil bird, says, "Oh yeah, the boys, when they come out, it'll be fun."
They won't be coming out for a while though, because I didn't get out here till I had the realtor called me, and then the lending agent called me, and then I had to call the insurance company, and so I was. And then clean their cages and all that. So by the time I got out here, it was 11:30. So the boys won't be coming out till 1:30, which is another hour away.
Voice for Animals wants to know if Bornavirus is one of the diseases the bird can come in contact when they are outside for sun.
It's unlikely. That's circulating around among parrots. Not in wild flocks. So I don't think you'd have to worry about a Bornavirus. I mean, no one knows absolutely for sure, but as far as I know, it's only being circulated in citizens, in other words, parrots. So I doubt that, but there are other diseases, and there's one that's killing chickens all across the country that will kill a parrot too. So. Which is one reason in here there is no water and there is no food, because I don't want to attract birds to the water or the food.
Yeah.
So when I have them out here, they have to go without food for a while, which is normal in the wild anyway. They eat breakfast, they don't eat, and then they eat dinner. That's the way they go. So, but it's just not safe to. And there's also Argentine ants, and you don't want those things storming in here either.
Lisa's made a good point in the chat about feeding wild birds, that if you do that, you must maintain good hygiene. So always wash your hands properly and don't wear the shoes inside the house. So, and also, any utensils, if you have a bird table or a water bowl that you give them, you must, bleach it regularly and to keep everything clean. Don't want to spread diseases around.
Yep. And then there's the other diseases they can get. If you're putting out bird seed, then you can attract squirrels. And squirrels carry just a ton of nasty. They're I don't know. Most people think pigs are dirty, but squirrels are a lot dirtier than a pig. And they carry even the bubonic plague. I mean, they're just, you don't want to attract squirrels. You don't want to leave food out.
I think when it comes to what is clean and what not, or what is hygienic and what not, there are a lot of misconceptions, because I think there have been a lot of studies now who have actually showed that the toilet seat in most houses is cleaner and more hygienic than the refrigerator. So yeah.
I believe
you
that.
can see you always have to stick to science and research, and when it comes to animals, then it has shown that city pigeons and so are not more carrier of diseases than any other bird, and also not likely to spread something around humans. So yeah.
Yeah, and people talk about, they were talking about, you know, the disease, and everybody's speculating where COVID came from, but here's something. We had the swine flu, and that started in the US. So I mean, that was bad, but we were able to stop it. But the other thing is, we have a virus in the US called the hentavirus, and it travels among things like squirrels, mice, and rats, rodents in general. Well, right now, the hentavirus is just transmitted by dust, you know, off the feces of these animals. But if it ever goes airborne, trust me, it's going to make COVID look like a cold. Because if you get the hentavirus, you have about a 99% chance of dying. So
yeah, there's some really ugly stuff out there you don't want to get in contact with. And
yeah.
as so many rainforest dies and ecosystems get destroyed, the chance that such things spread around gets higher and higher.
Exactly. Yeah, the hentavirus is a bad one. It was funny. I was reading about it. Had an infestation of mice got into our van. So I'm cleaning it up with a vacuum cleaner. And that night I read that one thing you don't want to do if you find an infestation of mice or rats or anything like that is use a vacuum cleaner, because it will put that feces in the air. And if there's a hentavirus in it, you're dead. And I'm going, oh, well, let's count down and see if I live now. And, you know, a virus is going to go through a generation every day. So, you know, you got over 300 generations a year. So if hentavirus ever goes airborne, it'll knock out knowing the way they do things here, they'll spread it all over the world intentionally, but just so that they aren't the only country that dies, but it'll just wipe out people like crazy. And it doesn't take long to die with that stuff either. But it lives in these rodents, and they don't have a problem with it. And then people eat. Now, here's the fun part. They talk about people eating funny things in other countries, right? People kill rabbits and eat them, and rabbits can have the hentavirus. So,
yeah, rabbits are tasty, but remind me not to eat any American rabbits if they've got that.
You don't want to. No, they do have it out here too. In this area, especially, you have to watch out. There were three different species of animals. One was a squirrel, one was a rat, one was a mouse, and they all had it. And you know, they were just trapping them and testing, and they found 3 right off the bat in like one day of trapping. So I only tried rabbit one time, but it was unfortunately not cooked properly. And I had to actually get up and leave without paying for a meal. It's the only time in my life I've ever done it. Is they presented 2 plates of food that were inedible. The rabbit had so many bones in it, you couldn't possibly eat it. It was just laced with fine bones. It was horrible. In my whole life, I've never had to get up. I've been at some restaurants where I should have gotten up. There was one restaurant where I ordered spaghetti, and you could tell they took it right out of the can. I should have got up and walked away that day, but I wasn't in the mood and I was hungry. So, Lorelei,
Yeah, I've never walked out of a restaurant. Although when I was in China, I went to a restaurant, and I think it's a good job that they didn't have all the tanks full of all the animals that they cook until the exit. So it's like if I'd had to go in and like see all the animals, and it's like, oh, which turtle do you want us to catch and cook? Like I think I would have walked out, but having not realized what I was eating, the food was very tasty.
You know, my mother was the same way not the same way, but my mother loved turtle soup. So she would have said, I'll take that turtle right there. Stop it, Lorelei, up here.
Oh no, poor Lorelei is on spin cycle.
Yeah.
Deal with
Although
that.
actually, my mum and I went to a restaurant in Bavaria actually, and my mum ordered trout, and then the guy was like, trout for Ella. And so my mum was like, oh, I'll have the trout, please. And then the guy was like, sure. And then instead of going back to the kitchen, like the guy went to the door, and we saw him going outside onto the patio. And we were like, okay, what's he doing? And then we saw him pick up a fishing net, and we were like, oh no. And then he scooped a fish out of the pond and then bashed it on the rocks on the side of the pond to kill it, and then brought it inside to the chef.
Fish.
So we know it was fresh.
Yeah.
You don't get much fresher than that.
Nope.
Lorelei, I don't know if I wanted you back down here.
Forelle. No, I get it. Yeah. Oh, that's tasty.
Mm.
Well, my father wanted me to when I think I was 19, and my future wife's grandfather had shown me how to kill chickens a different way than what most people do. And so I picked up this rooster by its feet, and my father's looking at me, and he thought I was just going to catch it and let it go or something, because he asked me to kill it. And I killed it right in front of him, and he almost lost his breakfast. And they couldn't eat the thing. And I said, well, I'm going to eat this. After they cooked this, I'm going to eat it, because there's no reason for it to die for no reason at all. So, but it was chasing my father around and kicking him all the time. So he wanted to get rid of it. But for some reason, he thought I was going to show him how to do it and then pick the bird up again. That didn't make any sense to me. It's hard enough to grab them by their feet. Right? Well, Jasmine, you have anything to say?
She's like, I'm not sure about all this talk of eating animals.
Yeah.
I only eat fruit because I'm a bird.
And Manda says, pet me.
Yeah, he's doing. I just want to get petted. Lorelei, you're doing it again.
Yeah, usually we talk here about eating popcorn with Lucy and eating French fries with the sugar bird. So now, since Sugar lives in the sanctuary, she eats pretty healthy. But when she came back then to Don, the only thing she likes was probably French fries and pretzels, which was not a healthy diet for a sugary bird.
And frosted flakes. But
sometimes we tease her with that she likes so much French fries.
She liked sugary foods as well as salty foods. She liked jam and frosted flakes.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Both of which are also not healthy for a sugar bird. But she is what she eats.
She says, that's why I'm not so sugary today. He won't give me sugar anymore.
Not even a tiny bit of jam on top of her mash, just to sweeten it.
No, she likes peanut butter.
One single French fry would be okay for her.
She gets a French fry once in a while, don't you, baby?
Well, when you move house, maybe you'll stop off at a fast food place, drive-in, and you can get her a French fry for the road.
I probably will, because she's not going to be happy traveling that far.
Yeah. Is one of the birds motion sick?
Not anymore. Coco was, but
okay.
I don't have any more that are motion sick. Coco used to get pretty bad when she moved, but in the vehicle. But I don't have any birds like that anymore, unfortunately.
The Cecil goes mental inside a tiny cage, but
But I think when they are all together, they kind of know that something is going on and stay calm for that period of time.
I think I'm going to pet you back there. Are you out of your mind? Lorelei? You can sit there, but no more vibrating. Like you can control.
At least they've had a few practice moves now, because when you had the roof done, and then when you had the fire, and then now moving up here sort of for the duration, they've done a few house moves.
Yeah, I can imagine what it's going to be. Well, see, we should be there soon, because last time, and it's going to be 5 times longer, right?
Yeah. Last time it took an hour and a half to get there, and now they're like, it's taken 8 hours.
Lorelei, did you say baby girl? Baby girl? No, that doesn't mean put your head in my pocket. Baby girl.
So cute.
Yeah, if the loan doesn't go through, then we have to find a place quickly so I can get out of here by the beginning of next month. Whoops. Yeah, I didn't move fast enough.
Lisa wants to know how far you are now away from the house you used to live, the house who was flooded.
About 40 minutes drive. You're talking about Hill House. Yeah, about 40 minutes drive.
Yeah, so this drive will take quite a time longer because you have to travel through states, right?
Yep.
Or can you drive directly to Nevada, or do you have to cross Arizona?
Honestly, I don't know.
No, he can drive directly to there, but it's still a long way.
I think there's a couple of ways you can go. One goes through Arizona, one goes through Nevada, but I'll go whichever way looks like it's going to be the easiest.
Is it the I-15 that you get, or the 95 or something? I'm going to look it up.
I would just ask my GPS to take me there anyway.
Super road trip with the birds.
Let's see.
Hi, Mandra. Did you want to get petted? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Hey, leave that alone. That's my heater. Stop it. You little pest.
Well, I just looked it up, and it says via I-15 north, 4 hours 15 minutes, because there's a road closure on a road. So basically, you drive up.
I misunderstood Liza. She meant that in California is a flood now somewhere. Oh, sorry, I misunderstood you. And then Erin is here. Hello, Erin.
Hello.
So you'll drive past Mojave and Death Valley.
Yeah, it's an hour. Death Valley.
And there's also, it's an hour away from Furnace Creek, I think. And then there's somewhere called Nopa Range Wilderness Area. Nopa. Just sounds like nope. It's very exciting. I think the desert Southwest looks so interesting. I'd love to go there someday.
Well, you'll have a place you can stay if you do.
Yeah, if I'm ever out that way, I'll come and visit you, and I can do some washing up and cuddle beddies. That'll be amazing.
Oh, Eleanor, are you planning to visit Dawn?
Well, it's not so far as planning, but sort of imagining if I ever have money in the future.
Oh, it would be lovely. I think all the birds would love to meet you in person, especially Babalu would be like, so,
Like a friend, let me bite you.
He doesn't bite hard. He nips a little bit. Coco used to do that with people she met. She'd always test them out for me. If she bit them and they didn't come back, they weren't worth having as volunteers. Because she'd only do it once.
Although I think if I went to visit the sanctuary, the first one I'd cuddle would be Cos. Because I think she deserves a cuddle.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's such a sweet and shy girl. She should have a nice cuddle with a friend.
And you would probably get some I love yous from Romeo pretty soon. So I think he's happy to meet other people.
Hi, Cockatoo.
Hi, Cockatoo.
But the Cossie definitely deserves some cuddles.
It's too bad I'll never get to cuddle Peach, but got to talk to her on the phone, so that was wonderful.
So Lisa wants to know if you, Don, are close to where the flood in California is at the moment.
I don't think so. I'm not sure where the flood is. I don't pay much attention to local news. I get warnings in this area, but outside of that, I don't. I'm a little too busy to pay attention to the rest. It's a big state, you know. I don't know where the flooding is. They were threatening us with floods, but we got that one deluge that lasted about 10 minutes. That sounded so much. We got a little bit of rain yesterday. Real rain. I mean, it actually looked like rain. Usually when we get something, whoops. Okay. You guys.
So sugar back at the end of the aviary.
I have to clean up something.
No, wait, that's
right next to.
Right next to you, okay.
It didn't land on me, but if I move around a bit, I'm gonna get coated in it. Thank you, Jasmine. That's just what I wanted.
On deposit.
I didn't get you anything.
And a Jasmine song.
Jazzy
song.
A Jazzy Jazzbird. You want down, Jazzy? Come here. Come on. That's the short tune that means put me down. She probably wants Lorelei to preen her. So, yep, there we go.
Oh, Lisa says she would cuddle the Cecil if she came by.
Oh, good. Somebody else that can get whacked on the head.
Yeah, I think when you have seen Cecil, when he encounters new people, he is like, yeah, sitting within seconds on you.
Yep, that's the way he is. He doesn't
won't leave you.
He won't actually bash anybody on the head except me right now. But
and Eliza asked, is it possible to cuddle them all at once? Well, I think there was this one glory moment when back then the aviary was new. Suddenly, basically all birds sat on Dawn.
Yeah,
maybe sugar, not the sugar, but everyone else.
Yeah, that would be a rare circumstance where I'd get to cuddle them all. What are you doing down there, Kazi?
Maybe not cuddling, but sitting all on Dawn, has happened before.
Pretty bird?
Pretty bird.
Is it a pretty bird? Come here, pretty bird. Come on. Come on, pretty bird. Come on. She says that she wants
Probably she is like, you have talked about popcorn. I've heard it. Where's the popcorn? Oh, look at that bikini belly.
Come on, Luce. Come on. Come on, Lucy. Come on. No,
seriously, where's the popcorn machine?
Come on. Give me the foot. Give me the foot.
It's still not on the Amazon wish list, but there are other items on it. I think on the wish list, not so much, but we have that affiliate links. So for everyone who has birds and orders stuff about Amazon, might have a look on it, because you don't have any extra costs, but when you order it over the link, Amazon gives a tiny amount to the sanctuary.
And all the products on the list are all things that Don uses, so you know we wouldn't recommend it to you guys unless we used it.
Yeah, it's all what Don would recommend. So I think there is some pellets and a lot of toys and other stuff you need when you have birds. I think the whacking toy might be on it too. Cecil's favorite.
Yes,
Rattleball.
it is the rattle.
But at the moment he's on rattleball diet, so only old rattleballs.
Yeah, the last one I put it in there and he broke it in like less than a minute and didn't even bring it out. He just went down there, broke it, and came out. And then later on he went back for the pieces. I'm not giving you any new ones, and he's happy playing with the broken ones right now. I have one. I'm gonna hand it to him if he's gonna break it in a minute. So because he used to hit me with them when they rattled. Now he's just breaking them apart from the start. So he needs to break away, literally break away from that toy for a while, because he likes the broken parts. What do you guys? Okay, you guys gonna preen some more? Whoops, that. Stop it! Get off my screen there.
Yeah, let's hope the move will be soon. Well, it will be soon. We just don't know where it goes to. So everyone who has time, pray, push your thumb, whatever you can do.
A magic spell, whatever.
Wear your lucky underwear.
Oh,
So I think GTH, I don't know if he's watching, but he has ordered some of the Babalu shorts, which are available now in our shop.
Oh, so there's an interesting question from Eliza. She says, do any of your cockatoos clean, aka wipe surfaces or people with a tissue? And yes, Cecil does that. He loves to do that.
See, so he was doing it yesterday with a little cup, but usually he uses paper.
It's so cute when he does it.
Oh yeah.
Particularly if he's in his pocket or under the footstool, because it's like he's spring cleaning his nest.
Well, I hate to say it, but at that time, and I'm not going to get the boys out yet because it would be too early. So we have to let Lorelei and Cause have enough time out, and they've only had an hour, so that's not enough. So, well, thank you all for coming. Thank you, Amy, Eleanor, for your invaluable help.
And thanks for the stream, Don.
Yeah. For showing us the birdies.
Keep your fingers crossed, folks. Don't drive like that, though. It's not good. We'll talk to you soon.